Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, I'm back. Another example episode where I'm going to go ahead and answer one question, which is this. What is the number one marketing strategy that every single entrepreneur needs to know about and doesn't? And I'm going to explain my version of it, right? And what that is, it's called the strategy of preeminence. Not sure if you ever heard of it. But I learned it from Jay Abraham. Not sure if you've heard of him, but he is quite possibly the number one marketing consultant in the world right now. Where when he works with a business, what he does is he charges about 50 grand for one day, and then about 30% of the growth that he helps. And he's taking hundreds of companies from single million, not startups, but single million small companies to 10, 20, 100, $500 million and plus. You can imagine the kind of cash he's been able to earn. And the way he's done that is by applying the same set of principles, of strategies to every single business, and by leveraging knowledge from different industries into the one that they're working on in order to generate a competitive advantage. So there's no one in the world that's impacted me as much as Jay Abraham, foundation level. And there's different lessons that we can get into, but today I'm going to only talk about one, and that's the strategy of preeminence. Here's the deal. I heard a story once where a guy went to his mechanic, his auto mechanic, right? And the car's working, and the engine light came on, and he goes to the mechanic. The mechanic goes in, he looks at it, and he realizes that literally it's just like a little screw that needs to be tightened, and the whole thing will come in. And so he goes and tells the guy, hey, I literally went in there, it's just a screw, I opened it up, boom, it's good. And the guy's like, wow, I actually took this car to a different dealer, to a different shop. And he told me that because of some other stuff that I don't understand, that it's going to be like $1,500 just to fix that light. And he's like, yeah, so there's no way you need to do that. Just fix that. It's going to be $50 and you're good. And the guy's like, wow, because of that, do you think he's going to go to that first dealership ever again? Never. But when his car breaks, or if he has a friend ever that has a problem with their car, where is he going to send his referrals? To his guy. That's preeminence. See, when you have a relationship with a client, it's not a dollar. It's not a dollar transaction. At least not with me. Not with the Jay Abraham model. What it is a lifetime relationship. That's the only reason to do business with anyone, is if you can build a lifetime relationship. To do that, the other person's interests have to be more important than my own. It's called a fiduciary responsibility. Like an attorney is supposed to look out for their patient, for their client above anything. A doctor is supposed to do what's right for the patient, not what's right for the doctor. It's the same way. So I have a fiduciary responsibility to do whatever's best. That mechanic, he felt the fiduciary responsibility. Let me hook this guy up. Let me tell him the truth. He knows next time it's going to come back around. So it's always important to do what's best for the client, no matter what. So it's important to make sure that you never oversell a client for something that they don't need. But it's also important, if a client has a problem, you cannot undersell the client something that will not address their problem. Because if you didn't fix that problem, someone else will. And you did not live up to your responsibilities as someone who is their fiduciary. And so that's the strategy of preeminence. And if you just take that one little thing, that one little nugget, and you implement that in some way in your business, and You let people know that that's the way that you approach the situation. And you will always do what's in their best interest, not in your best interest. In my opinion, I think that's a much better way in order to go about business, to go about life. So, does it cost me money? Of course. But it builds my reputation, it builds my relationships. And that's not just business, that's life. Because relationships are life. Love is relationships. And what's the point of doing business if you're not building relationships, if you're not, you know, it's not love in a romantic sense, but if we're not having positive relationships with our friends, our family, our clients, as someone who cares for them, it's our responsibility to get to know people, to do the best that we can with them, because relationships is what counts. And the strategy of preeminence celebrates that in a business sense. And that's why I think it's brilliant. But don't take my word for it. You can Google it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a link to Jay Abraham's video for it. I know there's one somewhere out there. I'm going to find it and I'm going to share it. And you can hear it in his words. And then let me know what you think. I'd love to get your feedback if you think this is something that's useful. So that's it for now. Talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. Cheers.